Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's the dealio, man? What's the dealio? What's the dealio? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We got a lot to talk about. It's the top of the week. All right, it's the top of the week, man. If you're just tuning in, say what's up. Say what's up. Let me know where you tuning in from. All right, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm excited. It's a new week, man. So everybody, pile on in here. Let's see what's up, man. What up, William? What's up, William? I'm excited for the market to open too. What's up, Best Beezy? Yeah, it's been a good weekend. It's been a good weekend. What up, everybody? Hey, look, if you're just tuning in, man, hopping on, say what's up in the comments, and also be sure to like this video, okay? Let's get this live right here to 100 likes. All right, let's get this live to 100 likes. We about to we about to talk about the market, man. I got some good setups for the week. All right, I got some good setups for the week. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. So, yeah. How everybody feeling? Y'all had a good weekend? Y'all had a good weekend? If you're just tuning in, man, say what's up. Like this video. What's up, Kanaka? How you doing? What's up, QTZ? What up, Mikey? Mikey Mike, what up? All right, y'all. So look, I don't want to waste y'all time. So we gonna get into it. I'm glad you're okay after the earthquake. What's up, Tia? Oh yeah, we had an earthquake in Colombia today. Um, so it wasn't in the city, but we felt the tremors, and the tremors were pretty strong. So we woke up. I woke up and the bed was shaking. Well, the ground was shaking, right? And I was like, man, what is that? And then about like 30 minutes later, we saw on the news on our phones and stuff that it was an earthquake. So yeah, it was an interesting start to the day for sure. But everything good, everything Gucci. We blessed out here. So yeah. All right. So I'm ready to get this week started, man. I'm ready to get this week started. So before we get this week started, here's what I want to do. Before I get this live started, let me know what your goals are in the chat. All right. Let me know what your goals are in the chat. For this week, what are your goals? All right. What are your main focuses this week? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right. All right. Let me know in the chat. What's your goals this week? What's up, Kent? How you feeling? Be sure to like this video, y'all. Let's get this video to 100 likes. Let's get the energy up today, all right? Let's get the energy up today. Okay? So, here's what we gonna do. Here's what we gonna do. What we gonna do is we gonna get it started. But I wanna know what y'all goals are for this week, and I want y'all to like this video. Okay? You already know I'm gonna drop the sauce on you. All right? Y'all already know what time it is. You already know I'm gonna drop the sauce on you. So that ain't nothing to worry about. Okay? I want to be 10% better. Okay. What's the 10% look like? Is there anything that you're focusing on, like in any specific direction? Follow my 3 main trade rules. Okay. What's the trade rules? What's the trade rules? Okay. Day after day. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick, and we gonna get this thing popped off. We're gonna get this thing started. All right, y'all know I like to bring as much positive, not only positive energy, but powerful information to you guys that could change your life. So yeah, that's what we got. What's up, Charlie? In the other room. All right, so check it out, man. We got earnings this week. All right, let's look at earnings real quick. Pretty light to this week, but let's look at the earnings, okay? So for earnings, we got nothing really on Monday, for real, for real. We got GameStop on Tuesday, and then we got Chewy on Wednesday, and then we got Oracle on Wednesday as well. Chewy in the morning, and then Oracle after close on Wednesday, so we could trade that on Thursday. So those are what I'm looking at. We also got Adobe. I don't like how Adobe moves for day trades, but for like swing trades, they're actually cool. So they move big when they do. So on a swing trade, Adobe could be nice. All right, so that's what we got with that. So what I want to do is I want to go to the SPY real quick. Okay, I want to go to the SPY real quick. Only trading stocks under $100 this week. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay. I think that there's this misconception that you can't make big money, with stocks that are cheap, so to speak. So I personally like trading stocks that the premiums are about 200 or below, because I can control my risk management better, and I can control my returns better, right? Because because think about it. If you get one contract, let's say Meta or Tesla, and it's $1,100. If you're down 10% on one contract of Meta and it's $1,100, you down 110, right? That's only one contract, right? But let's say you want to trade something like Robinhood, and you get a contract of let's just say $150, right? Let's say $180, right? And you down 10%. What's 10% of 180? It's only $18, right? So you can make big money with options regardless, but I like trading them with the smaller ones, because let's say I want to start with one contract on Tesla or Meta is $1,000. I don't want to dip my toe with 1,000. I want to dip my toe with 100, and then be able to add on to whatever amount that I want to be able to get my return. So I love that right there. All right, what you said. All right, I know you're gonna talk about Hood, but yeah, 10% better than profits. Okay, okay. Win big, win small, and most importantly, keep losses small. There we go. Looking for a reversal for 2 to swing this week. Okay, okay, I like that one. What up, Steve? What up, Steve? Chewy, it's your stock? Not really, right? It ain't really my stock, but we gonna get it in today. All right, so let's talk about the market first thing. All right. If you're watching this right here, if you just joining, say what's up. Let me know where you tuning in from, and be sure to like this video. All right. Now, let's go to the market. All right. Let's lock in. Let's tap in. Okay. So we got the SPY right here. All right. SPY. It closed at 599.14. Right. So let's look at this real quick. Boom, boom. So what I'm seeing. First things first, we closed at about $600, right? Now this right here is a level we weren't able to get above, which is 601.01, right? We were not able to get above that. We touched it, but we didn't go to it. All right, but right here, what I'm seeing is, I think the SPY about to start coming down. Now, is it gonna come down tremendously? I don't know yet, but I know it's gonna be coming down, because SPY got quite a few gaps to fill. Okay. So these gaps SPY ain't faking me out, right? The market ain't faking me out, okay? So let's look. So right here, let me show y'all. All right, boom. All right, so right here is that resistance, that 601. It was 601.01. All right. Now let's look at this real quick. We got a higher high right here. All right. A higher high right here, okay? This is a high and this is a high. This is a higher high, right? But let's look at the RSI real quick. All right. If we look at the RSI, right, we got a lower high on the RSI. So this is bearish divergence right here. All right. So I'm thinking that the market gonna come down, because I'm seeing bearish divergence right here. All right. Now I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this gap for some time. We got a gap from 576 all the way to 568, right? And then we got a gap all the way down to 528, right? From 534 to 528. I need you guys to understand that these gaps right here, they have to be filled. They have to be filled, all right, at some point. At some point, these gaps have to be filled. If the gap has not been filled, then the stock can't go where it wants to go yet. All right, so we're going to be stagnant. we're going to be limited in our upside because we got two big gaps to fill. This is a $6 gap right here, and then this one right here, this is a what, 576 to 568. All right, we got another $8 gap to fill right there, and then right here. Okay, so yeah, we got two gaps. All right, these gaps, this one is pretty far down. This would be almost $100, but at the end of the day, it is a big gap to fill. All right, so, and this one too. So I see some bearish divergence right here. So I don't really think that the SPY gonna go too much higher. It could come up. It's at the top Bollinger Band right here. It's rejecting. So I think that maybe we do come up a little bit higher, but you know, we starting to see some red days. We had 2 red days in a row, and then we had a very small gain right here on Friday. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing when we're looking at the SPY. Okay, what's up, Gerald? How you feeling today? We got let Leela tell it. My goal is to place 1 or 2 swing trade paper trades. I'm brand new to options. Okay, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. That's lovely. I love to hear that. Be sure to watch all my videos about candlesticks and the charts because I have a lot of videos about that, just for new beginners and people that are, you know, kind of in it, right? So be sure to watch all them videos. And if you tuning in right now, man, be sure to like this video for me. All right, just hit that like button. All right, we talking about the SPY right now, and we about to go into some of the plays that I'm seeing this week. All right. If you are not, be sure to join the Discord. All right, we could trade every single week. You could trade every single day with us. All right, you get a 7-day free trial as well. Okay, so be sure to join the Discord. All right, is that gap down at 528? Because by the tariff news, when they paused it 90 days, even gaps causing news like that need to be filled. Exactly, Kanaka. Yes. So that was tariff. It was caused by tariff news, right? So yeah, I mean. It came down, it bottomed out, and then it bounced, and it came down, right? And then one day it had gapped up, right? So when the stock gaps up, it has to come and fill that gap, right? So I don't see the SPY. It may touch all-time highs again. It may not. All-time highs is at 613, and they hit all-time highs last year back in December, all right? So I don't know if we're going to hit that again. We could, but I'm seeing bearish divergence right now on the charts, and I'm just not sold on the upside right now. So, so yeah, and even if we may come up a little bit higher, but I'm telling you guys right now, okay? I'm telling y'all right now, we are going to get some type of nasty drop, okay? At some point in time soon, we will get a nasty drop. And the drop gonna scare people, okay? The drop is gonna scare people, all right? The drop is going to scare people, okay? Because look, let me show you something right here. Look at this right here, okay? Look at this right here. Let's see where we at. Let me give y'all some game, all right? Let me give y'all this game. Look at this right here. Just 2 months ago, we was right here, okay? We were just right here at extreme fear. Right now, we are at greed level, all right? Now is the time to actually start loading up puts, all right? Listen to what I'm saying. Right now is the time to start loading up puts. We are at a greed level. We were just at 4. We were just in extreme fear literally a couple months ago. Let's go to the charts. All right. We were in extreme fear in April when the SPY was at 484. Okay. So on April 7th, so 2 months ago, we was at extreme fear, less than 10 on the fear and greed index. Okay. Less than 2 months ago, we was in extreme fear, and now we're already at greed, okay? Okay, so I want you guys to understand this right here. So now is not the time to be buying shares, okay? Stop buying shares right now because you're going to be mad when the market drops. Stop buying in the SPY right now. Now is not the time to buy in the SPY. All right. Now is not the time to buy in the SPY. I'm telling you right now, VTI, it's not the time. Okay? Right now is the time to load up your cash. Load up your cash. Load up your cash. Load up your cash. All right? Because when we're at extreme greed right now, I'm telling you guys, that's not the time to buy. That's what people that are paying attention to the news do. Okay? We are investors and traders. We got advantage because we know how to read these charts. Y'all see what I'm saying? So do not go and buy any of these stocks that's close to all-time highs, right? If we look at these charts, SPY is right at the all-time high, right? This is not the time to buy, okay? Let's look at Meta. Look at Meta. Meta's all-time high is right here at 740, right? We at 697. Now is not the time to buy. The time to buy Meta was when we was over here at 486, 481. Okay? Now is not the time to buy this. AVGO. Look at it. All-time highs was here, 247. We just broke past all-time highs, 264. It's not the time to buy. This is the time to buy right here, okay? This is the buy zones. Right? This is a buy zone when you see this nice dip after it ran up. This is the buy zone, 166. If you buying at 166 and you ride it up to 266, that's a $100 move right there. Okay? Now is not the time to buy. Okay? Look at Boeing. Boeing is all the way at 230, 214. Right? Back in April, it was at what? 130. Okay, that was the time to buy. Amazon, right? It was at 166, 161. That was when you buy. You don't buy up here, y'all. Okay? You don't buy up here. Right? Like, just keep these things in mind. All right? Now is not the time to buy with the Mag 7. Look at Nvidia. Right? All y'all favorite stocks, Nvidia. Double bottom blasted off, right? Broke out of a falling wedge. Okay. It was at 96 and it was at 80, 85, 87. This is when you buy, okay? Don't buy no shares of Nvidia right now. This is not the time to buy. All right, I can't stress this enough. This is not the time to buy right now. All right? Now is the time to get your puts loaded. We're going to ride the puts to the downside. Okay, when these stocks come back down and fill these gaps, then we can sit here and load up on some long terms. Okay, then we could load up on some long terms. But first things first, man, I wanted to talk about the SPY and the market. The QQQ looks just like the SPY's chart. All right, the QQQ just follows the NASDAQ, so it's the charts look almost identical. If you look at the QQQ, right? If you look at the QQQ, okay, right, look at the QQQ on a daily, right? They got a big gap right here. They got a big gap right here. All right. QQQ is going to be coming down to 470, 447, 450, okay? It's going to come down. We may have a bullish month this month, but if we keep going higher, that's only going to be a better case for it to pull back. All right? So I want you guys to understand that now is not the time to buy the QQQ, the NASDAQ at 530 when you had a chance at 409. Now, the next time it does come down, that's when you really want to load the boat. All right? That's when you want to load the boat. But right now is not a time to buy, right? So I want to say that before I get into the plays. I'm not here to just give you guys a stock to trade, right? I'm trying to give you some sauce that you could take and you could use it for the rest of your life, right? It's not about feeding you a play, right? This is about giving you real life game and wisdom, right? Real life game and wisdom that 8 years from now, you're going to be like, damn, I remember that dude on YouTube, Isiah. He gave me this and I'm still using it today, right? That's how wisdom works. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, what y'all saying up in here? Waiting on stacking my bread. Yeah, he waiting for that drop. Yeah, Shot Town G, it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop nasty. It's gonna have a pullback. It's gonna have a pullback, y'all. We just gotta be patient. That's all we gotta do. All right. Just remember what I'm saying. All right. It's gonna be a nasty pullback. The market ain't gonna keep just going up like this. All right. It's not. It's gonna be a nasty pullback. All right. Especially with who in office. Remember, U.S. and China meet in London tomorrow. Yep, they got that meeting tomorrow. So we're going to see what happens with that. It's going to be a volatile week. All right, so trading, this is all perfect for trading because that's why you want to make as much money as you can with trading, right? And then take those profits and keep stacking them, stacking them, stacking them. So once these stocks really start dropping, you can ride puts to the downside and make money. And then you could cash out on those puts. And then when they hit the bottom, you can start dumping big money into your shares, right? And also your long-term swings, your leaps. And then you can ride it back to the upside, all right? So keep that in mind. All right, Meta got a big time gap. Yep, Meta got big gaps because it moves big. Always remember, big movers are going to have big gaps, right? What are your thoughts on those with DCAs? I mean, keep dollar cost averaging, right? But you don't want to buy big into your positions around these times. Okay, you don't want to buy big into these positions. All right. So yeah, you could dollar cost average, but don't dollar cost average big chunks of money, because if you big chunks of money, you're just raising your cost. But I'm telling you that these stocks are going to drop. So the patience and keeping that dry powder off to the side is going to fare you well over time. All right. Now, if it's a dividend stock, that's a little bit different, because that dividend stock is going to be paying you with the more shares that you have, right? So dollar cost averaging, sometimes, I'm not going to say it don't matter as much, but when you go in dividend route, sometimes you like, I just want to get as many shares as I can, so that way I can make money off my dividends, right? Because dividends is going to pay you just to hold it. So you got to know what kind of stock you even invested in, right? But yeah, dollar cost averaging is going to be good. It feels like it wasn't long ago. Our puts were loaded in April. I know, right? I know. For real, Quentin. But it seemed like April was a long time ago, but it was only literally a couple weeks ago, big picture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come with all of this whole market. All right, Tesla, gap up, gap down, sideways. I'll go look at Tesla in a minute. All right. I'm on my phone and my Pittsburgh accent is messing up my text. That's funny right there. Pittsburgh in the building. What's up, Antonio? It'll all take for Trump boys to tell them tank the market again and rinse and repeat. Exactly, right? So you got to think about it, right? Before I keep going, I want to say be sure to like this video, okay? We got 50 people on here. We got 27 likes right now. All right, like this video. Let's get this video to 100 likes, okay? So yeah. So yeah, and so that's the thing, right? Rinse and repeat. We know the levels of these stocks, the up levels and the down levels. So we know that these market makers who move the market, we know that they like, yo, I wanna get back into this stock at this price. Okay? So they like, okay, we're gonna let everybody, do what they do. And then when it's time, we gonna put some news out, we gonna strategically, make this stuff happen. And the stock gonna drop, everybody gonna get scared. We gonna get in, and then boom, we gonna rinse and repeat, and we gonna make our money back. All right, that's how the game go. So don't be a victim of the game. All right, I've been a victim of the game before. Don't be a victim of the game. Pay attention to the charts. That's why I always say, make sure you learn how to read these charts, y'all. The charts will introduce you to a level of freedom that you may not have ever even understood was even fathomable or possible. All right. So you got to learn how to read these charts, okay? So I'm just getting started. I'm looking at BMY. Okay, I heard of BMY. I've been hearing about them for some years, but I've never invested into them yet. All right. So yeah, y'all. So look, we're gonna go into some plays. We're gonna go into some plays for the week. But I wanted to talk about the market. All right. What I want to start doing is I want to start talking about the market. I want to start talking about the economics, right? I don't want to just pigeonhole myself to only trading, okay? Because this is about investing. This is about understanding economics, what's going on in the bond market, the treasury bonds, and all of that stuff, right? All of these other things matter, right? Historical data, right? Because history tells us that June is usually a bullish month, okay? There's only been 1 month previously in the past like 20 years, I believe, that June was not a green month, right? So now even if we do come down, it's not going to be for a long time, because that's what history is telling us, right? When you look at the historical data, go type in how has the stock market performed in June for the past 20 years. And you're going to have some type of data, and it's going to tell you exactly what happens. June is a historically bullish month, especially if the month of May ended bullish, and May did end bullish. So we may not have a crazy pullback this month. It may happen next month. They may let the market continue to pump this month and then go to the upside. Go to the downside after this month. Well, here's what I'm saying. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, I know it's going to happen for a fact. All right. So all these things matter, right? All these things matter. So I have been doing a lot of research over the weekend. I have so many plays, right? But I'm gonna share two that I think are gonna be like surefire, right? When I share these plays on YouTube, right? I want you to understand this. You're getting these plays literally for literally $0, just your attention, right? But also, there is so much research that goes into this stuff, right? So I got two that I want to make it easy for you, right? And none of this is financial advice. I want to start saying that. You do your due diligence, but I'm going to bring you some stuff that's going to be very, very, very simple, okay? So the first stock we're going to go over, Besby said Hood didn't make it in the S&P, but it's still pushing. Yeah. So think about that. So Hood dropped the last 45 minutes of the market on Friday, right? I was waiting on that reversal too, but they dropped the last 45 minutes. Now, but they're still kind of pumping. Now, they could go and touch, and I'm going to talk about Hood in a minute because I got them all charted and everything like that. So, but they did not make it into the SPY. Plan BT said, I feel like the stocks and sports betting are kind of similar. A player can go over the line a couple games in a row, but at some point do regression. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a big sports bettor, but I do know that, they're similar, but I personally feel like there's more money in the stocks. And then also, this is how I look at that stuff too, right? So when you have like sports betting, right? Think about it like this. The reason why I chose stocks, and let's talk about this for a second, because some people have asked me, I get a lot of emails, right? I get a lot of random emails. There's a lot of people who watch this YouTube channel that don't comment, that don't even like, that aren't in a Discord, but they be watching, right? So futures, forex, stock options, sports betting, right? The reason why I don't do sports betting, I don't do forex, right? Is because I want to be as close to the actual market as possible. Okay? So let me say something. When you let's say you want to trade forex, right? You make money on forex, you still going to want to know what stocks do I need to invest in, right? So I look at things from a vertically integrated perspective. When I'm looking at vertical integration, it's about understanding how can I maximize my brain power, and how can I maximize my right now, and how can I maximize my opportunity, right? So I don't want to trade forex because I'm still going to have to figure out what stock I want to invest in, right? And it's the same thing with futures. Now, one day I will get into futures, not right now, but I wanted to really focus on and lock in on stock options because it's about investing. Investing is how you really get rich, right? Over time without having to do anything, right? Investing in stocks, equities, and also dividends, okay? So I want you to understand this. If I go flip my money in the futures, I'm still gonna wanna buy stocks. So I chose to spend my time analyzing stocks every day, so that way I can make money trading stocks, and then I will already know what stocks I need to get into because I'm already analyzing these stocks every single day, right? That's my perspective on it. Because if I'm making money outside of the investment world of the asset class that I want to invest in heavily, then I'm basically working two jobs, right? I'm basically working two jobs, right? But what I want to do is I want to trade the stock options, because if I know what stock is about to blast off, I could go put some money into that stock. So I could swing trade it, I could day trade it, and I could already have money into the actual shares as well, and that stock could go up. So I could be making money three different ways on one stock, by equities, right? Shares, the swing trade, and day trades. All right? So that's how I like to look at it. So that's why I chose to focus on stock options. Because if I'm looking at, 5 to 10 different charts every single day, over time, that information and that wisdom is going to compound, right? It's going to compound over time. So that's why I like to focus on stocks, because they have intrinsic value, right? They have intrinsic value. And you could get in a stock, ride it up, and then collect profit. And then you could, when it comes back down, you could literally rinse and repeat and do the same thing over again, right? So I wanted to say that before I got into the plays, okay? So first stock that I'm looking at this week, it's going to be a banger, all right? I'm pulling it up right now. It's going to be a banger. Best B said, bro got put on a call to see for the week. They both hit 15% profits. Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, that's real. That happens. That definitely happens. Quinn said you could get limited by sports books and sports betting for being a good sports bettor. You can't be limited in stocks. Way more liquid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to think about, all right? So here's my first play that I'm gonna give y'all for this week. This one gonna hit, all right? This one, listen, if you ever made money, all right, off of something that you watched on my YouTube channel, don't be shy, don't be a stranger, put it in the comments, all right? If you made money with me, if you made money off of something that I put out, let me know in the comments, okay? Don't be stingy with that, because I don't be stingy with the information. All right, so here's my first stock that I'm gonna give y'all, my first play I'm gonna give y'all this week, and I'm gonna give y'all the levels and everything. And this is for free. All right? So check it out. What up, Marcel? So check it out. All right? This is gonna be Dollar General. Okay? So let's look at this. Let's look at this. So Dollar General had earnings that gapped up, right? They beat earnings. So they gapped up to right here. Okay? They gapped up to right here to 106. Okay? And then they went up, right? So now we see that they have a bull flag. But look, they've gapped up into a gap. Okay? So they had a gap from 94 to 119, right? So that's about a $20 gap, okay? So they had this gap. They started to fill it a little bit, and then they had earnings and they gapped up into this gap. And now we see a bull flag right here, okay? So if we break above right here at 114.77, if we break above and close above there, then we're coming to 119.94, okay? Above 114.94, we're coming to 119.92, okay? Now, if we come below 109.92 and we close below that, then we could be coming down right here to 107, and if we come below that, then we could be coming to fill this gap right here, okay? So I want you guys to know and understand that, right? So either way, we got a banger with Dollar General. Either way, right? Because this setup right here is crazy. This is going to be an 100% setup either to the upside or to the downside. Because look, we got a gap right here. Okay? We got a gap right here. We got a gap right here. Okay? And we got a bull flag right here. Okay? And we got a bull flag right here. All right? So, this bull flag is saying we going up. But if the bull flag gets invalidated and we come down, boom, we got a gap right there to fill. So either way, we got a banger coming. Okay? We got a banger coming. No matter which direction the stock goes, up or down, we covered. We got two solid gaps that's gonna have to get filled. Okay? So this right here is Dollar General. And this is what I'm looking at this week. This right here is gonna make some real money. Okay? Now, if you want to know how to play this and you want to know when I get in it, then be sure to join the Discord. That's all you got to do. Okay? You can get a 7-day free trial. You can get a 7-day free trial. And then you could join the Discord and that's it. Okay? So boom. So yeah. So that's the first play right there that I'm giving y'all, okay? Quinn said, I made money for sure. Gerald said, I made money every week. Will said, he from Rio de Janeiro. He made money on Hood with me, right? Best Beezy said, on top of changing my life, Best Beezy been making money since February, right? This is my last year at my job. Yep, he about to quit. Journey to a better. She said, I did your 30-day challenge with 3 stocks. I made small profits every day. That was the first time in a few months that I made more than $500 for the month. I trade with a very small account. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about, y'all. Okay? That's what it's about. See what I'm saying? So, and that's just, there's people that's never gonna talk, but they learning, they tapping in every day, right? And they making their money, and they making their money moves, right? So, listen, make sure you tap in and make sure you don't take this stuff for granted. All right. So we got Dollar General. That's the first one right there. You, along with that one, if you go play that this week, if that's the only stock you make this week and you have a solid entry on that stock, you could go make $500 to $1,000 plus on that play, depending on how much money you invest into the contract and if it's a day trade or a swing trade. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm saying here? If you see what I'm saying, man, if you picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. Type it in the chat. Say, I'm picking up what you putting down. All right? If you understand what I'm saying, say, I'm picking up what you putting down. Let me know that. All right? That Dollar General right there, that one right there, it's going to be a banger. It's already been consolidating, okay? It's already been consolidating for a couple days. It might go up and down a little bit, maybe a couple more days, right? If I look at the 4-hour time frame, it's been consolidating. So it looked like it's ready to go up. It looked like it's ready to go up, okay? So listen, this is real money that we making in the stock market. All right. Plan BT said he teaching how to fish. As long as you retaining, you gonna make bread. Exactly. As long as you doing your work, I'm a help you out. All right. So yeah, William, I'm making money with you. I'm locked in. That's right. William be making money, straight up. RV said, do I have a video on picking stocks going in? RV, I just posted a video yesterday about how to pick stocks. All right, so be sure to go to the channel and go watch that video. All right. What up, Mason? Plan B said, I'm picking up QTZ said I'm picking up. Best B, you picking up? Yeah, yeah. The people that's picking up what I'm putting down is they gonna make some bread. I'm telling you, it's gonna be life changing money over time. All right. So that's the first. That's the first one. All right. DG moves about $3 a day, 3.6 a day. That's what's up, Matcha and trade. All right. Yep. For sure. RV. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Gerald. Yeah. All right. Now the other one I'm gonna give y'all. Okay. Army of One, you picking it up. All right. RV, you picking it up. For sure. All right. Be sure to like this video, y'all. All right. Like this video. Michael Watkins, you picking up what I'm putting down. There we go. I'm glad y'all getting what I'm saying. Okay. Kent, you picking it up. Okay. The other play I'm gonna give you guys. Let's see. Here we go. All right. All right. Let's go to the daily time frame. Okay. All right. Now this next stock is one of my favorites that I like trading. Okay. One of the next stocks that I like trading. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. There's Chewy. Right. Hey, Mason, Chewy got earnings this week. All right. It's your week to shine, bro. All right. So check it out. This next stock that I'm looking at, we gonna go with Robinhood. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this. Okay. We overbought on a daily. Okay. It's at 78. All right. It's at 78. Now, Hood has a gap down here to fill, right? From $50 to $52, which ain't a big gap. Still a gap, though. And then it has another one to fill over here from 68. From 68 to 69, right? So another small gap. But look at this right here, okay? We had a run up, a red day, another red day, a rejection right here. So seller stepped in, and then boom, we had a green day, but a lot of selling pressure. Now let's go to the 4 hour. Let me show you what it looked like. This is what the 4 hour looked like, okay? This is what the 4 hour looked like. And this is what the 30-minute looked like, okay? It sold off heavy after hours. So it came all the way down to 69 bucks, right? It came down to 69 bucks. Now, so they was running up the whole day, and then boom, right? They came from 77 all the way down to 74, and they ended up at 69. So that's a $10 move. No, an $8 move right there, right? And that's why we see this right here, okay? So we seeing it's a lot of selling pressure right here. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row, okay? So depending on how we open up tomorrow is going to tell us what we need to do. But if you look at the daily, we got a support level right here at 66.96, okay? So if we break below 69.58 tomorrow, we could be coming to 69.96, which is $67. And we could come down to fill this gap right here, right? So we could potentially be coming down to $67. Now, if we break below this level right here at 66.96, then we could potentially start to see a descent all the way down here to $54. Okay? So I'm looking at Robinhood. If we look on the weekly time frame, they've been running up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks straight of straight bullish action. Okay? Straight bullish action. All right? So if we see a rejection and we could come down here, we break below here, then we could come down here. Now, what we could also see is for Robinhood to come down here and bounce and then come up here, right? Let me tell you why. Because everybody thinks Robinhood's all-time highs is right here at 66. No, right? Its real all-time highs is right here, right? Look at where it touched, $85. $85 is Robinhood's all-time highs, okay? All-time highs right there. This is off the monthly time frame. All right, so you got to zoom out to be able to see the all-time highs. Look, right, on the daily. When it IPO'd, right? When it IPO'd, $85, $85.13 is Robinhood's all-time high, okay? So let's write that down right here. ATH, $85.13. All right, boom. Now we on the daily time frame, okay? So what we can see happen is Robinhood come down here and it bounce, boom, and it bounce and it come up here, all right? And then we could get a rejection off of this level, and then we could come down here and then fill this gap right here, right? Boom. Or we could see Robinhood go straight up to here, maybe a little bit higher, and then reject, right, and come down. Okay? It's either gonna be boom, boom, and then come down, or it's gonna be keep going up and then reject, or we could see Robinhood just start to come down. All right, like right here maybe, right? And then try to bounce up or go a little bit lower. All right. I know these arrows might look confusing, but I just broke it down for you guys. All right. We can see it just come straight down. We can see it come down, bounce at this level right here and go up. Or we can see it come up and then come down. Or if it does bounce here and come up, then it could reject off of here and come down lower. But its all-time high is 85.13. Okay. 85.13 is the all-time high for Robinhood, and that was near IPO. Okay, so I'm thinking that, like, I know Robinhood is gonna come down, but it's just what fashion is it going to come down? All right, what fashion is it going to come down? And so that's why you want to have the, okay, if this happens, then I'm gonna do this. If this happens, then I'm gonna do this. If this happens, then I'm gonna do this. All right, that's how you want to do it. All right. At least back to Mason saying that Chewy might come to 40 if they miss earnings. Yeah, they're like 48 right now. So yeah, look at them candles. Yo, all I see is money on these candles. All right. Marcel said that baby coming down. Nah, absolutely, bro. That joint coming down for sure. All right, for sure. Hood got to come down at some point. We got to catch it. Yeah, we gonna catch that move. We just gotta be patient, and then see what's up. All right. Mancha said you should include option strategy in your videos. It's an options calendar. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do a video on it. But yeah. So SPY, I think that the SPY is gonna be coming down because we got bearish divergence, and then we got Dollar General. I gave y'all that. Okay, I'm telling y'all. You trade if you take the Dollar General play. I want y'all to do me a favor. If you take the Dollar General play, if you make money this week with Dollar General, right, off of this video alone, I want you to do me a favor and I want you to email me, okay? I want you to email me. If you make money with Dollar General this week, I want you guys to email me and let me know how much money you made with Dollar General, okay? Because Dollar General is going to make a move either to the upside or to the downside this week. All right. With Hood, I think that we coming down, but we gon' see. Okay, it's either gonna fake us out, go up a little bit more, and then start coming down, or it's gonna just start coming down. But I know for a fact, Robinhood is on the way down. It's coming down. Ain't no way it has 6 weeks straight of straight bullish action, and it ain't gonna retrace. Okay, it ain't gonna retrace. Now, there's so many plays that I've been found over the weekend. There's so many opportunities, right? But I really want you guys to understand. It's not about the plays. It's about the learning how to do it, learning how to analyze a stock, learning how to look for a stock, figuring out what strategy you want to trade, right? Really learning how to fish and how to do this is very important. All right. What RV said, would I do a put down on the VIX or is it too much volatility? Nah, honestly, the VIX more than likely is if the market starts coming down, the VIX gonna go up. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really do a put on the VIX. All right. So yeah, somebody said, is Tesla coming down too? It could, right? Tesla support right now, look at this. Tesla support is like 214, right? So yeah, Tesla look like it's gonna keep coming down, but even if it does come up, it could come up to like 322, and then it could reject and it could come down some more, right? But yeah, I don't think that like. But here's the thing: whatever these stocks when they come down, I want you guys to understand that it's all a game, right? It's all a game. I'm not saying that the stocks are gonna come down for and stay there for 4 years, right? I'm talking about a stock is gonna have a nasty pullback. Everybody gonna get scared, and then we gonna bounce and we gonna go up, right? Because I want you guys to understand historically. I do research on the historical stuff, right? The last time that Donald Trump was in office, the stock market went into bear market territory. But after it went into bear market territory, 18 months later, the stock market was at all-time highs. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here saying that the whole market is going down and it's doom and gloom forever. No. What I'm saying is you got to know when things are overextended, and you got to know when things are at a super, super deep discount, right? And you got to know how to move in the stock market. That's what I am saying. Okay? That's what I am saying. And that's what I mean when I say this is about learning how to fish. Okay? This is about learning how to fish. All right? Bitcoin has gapped up. Yeah, they're at 105 right now. That's something too, y'all. Look at this. That's what I wanted to mention this as well. If we start to see the market start coming down again, I'm gonna give y'all a couple things to look at. You want to look at alternative assets or asset classes, right? You want to look at gold and you want to look at crypto. Okay? Gold and crypto. Okay? Understand that. Gold and crypto. Okay? So, if the market start coming down, then GLD is going to go up, and I've been watching that. Also, crypto is going to go up, but also crypto stocks. Okay? Crypto stocks. Now, What are some crypto stocks? I think a really good one is IBIT. Okay, this is a good crypto stock right here. Okay, yeah, it got a gap right here. It has to fill down to 55. Right, right now it's at 59, so it could come down there, but it could bounce, and then it could bounce off of that 50 EMA right here, and then we could see it come back up here to 63 bucks. Right now, it previously, yep. So we're at all almost at yeah we're at all time highs with it, right? But it follows Bitcoin. So this one right here could bounce and come up. It could bounce and go up to the upside right after here, or it could come down a little bit lower and then bounce and then go higher. So IBIT would be a good one to trade. Okay. SMH is a no, that's a semiconductor ETF, not a crypto one. But IBIT is a really good one. HUT 8 has some of the most Bitcoin that it's holding and investing into. Okay, so HUT 8, this is it's like a sleeper. A lot of people aren't paying attention to it, but it was at $31 at one point, and it just hit 18, and it broke above all of this right here. So it could be kind of going up, could hit like 25 bucks, and then Mara as well. It was in a bull flag right here, and then it invalidated, but now it's starting to come up. So if Mara breaks above 1670, then we could see really like 1720. If we could see it break above that, then Mara could be going up to like maybe like 2120. Okay, so those are some ones. If you start seeing the market coming down, then you can start looking in those directions if you want to go play to the upside. But the market coming down is good because here's the thing, right? I love puts. I'm going to say it one more time. I love puts, right? Because when the market comes down fast and furious. It comes down fast and furious, okay? So, I like puts. I like calls too, but when everybody thinks that the market is going to keep going up and I'm able to start seeing that there's going to be a reversal happen, I love puts. Because here's the thing I've learned, right? Here's the thing I've learned. You never know when the drop is coming. It's like a roller coaster, right? You on the back of the roller coaster, right? You on the back of the roller coaster or in the middle, you can't see what's in front of you fully, right? So, you on a roller coaster, you never know when a dip is coming. You never know when the fall is coming, right? So, listen, I know for a fact that the drops happen so fast and you never know when they're coming. And that's why I like puts. And that's why I love playing rejections when a stock has been running up all day. It's damn near super simple to see it, right? We hit we hit Shopify on Friday on a put in the Discord. They got like 20%. I got like 15%. Some people got 25%. It was on a put. It was it was a guaranteed play. All right? So I love puts. I love calls too, but I love puts. Gerald said, I've been on gold crazy. Yeah, it moves nice. It does move nice. I like gold as well. So yeah, it could pull back. We could have a little like Monday could be a bullish day. It could be a green day. And then we can start seeing it coming down. You know what I'm saying? Mara reminds me of SoFi. It moves so slow, but I love Mara contract prices. Yeah, nah, for real. So Mara is one of them things where like you want to just swing Mara and get it when it's at its support level at its range. So the next time Mara comes down to like The next time Mara comes down to like $12 or like $13, you could get in a call and you could ride it up to $14 to $15, and you could make good money on that. You know what I'm saying? So Mara, Mara, Mara is a cool stock, but once Mara gets above this 200 EMA on a daily time frame, it's gonna pump. It's gonna pump for sure. You know what I'm saying? So puts move so fast. Yeah, puts move fast for sure. DT said, "Do I invest in the MSTY? I do. Just got paid dividends last week on Friday. So yeah, them dividend payouts on MSTY, they're pretty nice and they're pretty high as well. All right. Gerald said I made way more money off puts. Yeah. Now them jokers move fast. Especially yo, don't be a put. Don't be a red day in the market and it's on Friday and with zero DTEs. If you get in some puts on a Friday on zero DTEs and it's trending downward, you could make crazy money on a Friday. All right. More back to $30 when Bitcoin rallies. Yeah, we gonna see. All right, bro, bought it in the gold. You hold it in your hand, only 18 grams. Hey, when I was in the military, I used to buy a lot of silver. I remember like the last year, I was in the Air Force. My last year before I got out, every paycheck I had, I would go put in like $300 in the silver, right? Like $300 in the silver. And I didn't do a lot of gold because the gold was more expensive, but I did a lot of money in the silver, and I would get them bullion coins, and I would just every month, and I remember when I got out, I probably had like 3K, 4K worth of silver, just coins. So yeah, I feel you on that, Best B. Said we eat. Yeah, we eat over here in the Discord, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like we really eat. I'm telling you guys, like join the Discord and trade with us. I work for Northrop Grumman. Do you know how good it's gonna feel to be able to retire from trading Northrop options? Hey, that's gonna be lit. What's their ticker symbol? Let's go see real quick. Northrop, THROP. Okay. So let's see. What's their ticker symbol? NORTHROP GRUMMAN. Let's see. NOC. That's their ticker symbol. Oh wow. Oh shit. This might be a swing. Look, this might be a swing trade right here. Y'all see this right here? Northrop Grumman. So he worked for them, right? NOC. Okay, so check this out. So they got a gap right here, right? Look at this. This is a layup. Look at this right here. So they got a gap, they got a fill. Boom, right? All the way up to 524. They at 489 right now. Right? They just got their price target raised to 542. Right? They just started filling the gap. So really they're not even in the gap yet. Okay? So I might swing this joker. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. This looks like a beautiful setup coming. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. NOC. NOC, right? Now let's look at this. Let's see something. NOC. Let's look at the spreads. Not bad for a swing. So it's like 90-cent spreads, 60-cent spreads, right? That's only for the same week expirations, right? If we go to like August, to swing it, it's like 2K, 2,400, right? So that's not bad though, right? That's not bad. So yeah, that actually looks like a great swing. All right. can we go over Google real quick? All right, let's look at Google, and then I'm gonna hop off. All right, I got a couple other things to do, but Google, because I've been messing with Google a lot. All right, so let's look at Google real quick. All right, so if you look at Google, right, this is their range that they're trading in within right now. So we got 166 to 174, right? So look, Google broke above it. They broke past 166. They came up and they rejected off of 174. They really rejected off of right here at 176. So they rejected. And then they came back down right here to the 200 EMA. Right? Follow what I'm saying. They tried to break above it again right here, and they rejected, and they came right back down. Okay? And then look what happened. They came down to this level, a little bit lower. They bounced, and then they started to come up. So what are they doing right now? They're trying to break above 170. They're trying to break above 175, right? They break above 175, then we're going to be right there. And then we're going to have the next range, okay? It will be from like 175 to 185, okay? So that's a $10 range, okay? So Google, if it closes above here and holds this level, then it could be going to 185. Y'all see what I'm saying? And then it might come back down, go back up, come back down, or we could come back down lower. But Google doesn't have a lot of gaps to the downside. It just has this one gap right here that it has to fill, okay? So Google has this gap right here that it has to fill, okay? But that's the only gap. So from here to here, which is 155 to 156. So that's only like $1 gap. So Google could be really trying to pump to that 185. It could be trying to get to those, close to those all-time highs again, because its all-time high is 207. And Google has a gap from here, 191, all the way up to 202. So it has a gap as well, okay? Because it beat earnings and then it fell after earnings. All right. Okay. So boom. All right. So that's a big gap right there. But yeah, Google is right here. So, but I would just be cautious because we may be getting a rug pull. We're gonna get a rug pull at some point in time soon. I know it's coming. All right. Oh, y'all didn't even see. My bad, y'all. My bad. Look, hold on, my bad. Check it out. Google, right? So it's been, like I said, it's been going back and forth between this range right here, okay? So it broke through right here, came up, rejected. Y'all see that, right? Rejected right here, came down to the 200 EMA, bounced, went back up, rejected, came back down right here to this support level, bounced again, and then it came up right here. So right here is this 174.88, right? So what I'm thinking is, if we can break above here, then we could be going to try to get to 185 because we don't have any real resistance. We got a little bit right there, 178 and then 182, but besides that, nothing too crazy. All right, and then we got this gap right here, okay, from 191 all the way to 202. Okay, so that's an $11 gap right there. It beat earnings, but they dropped. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So Google has been just, going up and down in between this range right here. So we're trying to break through. So if we break through right here, then we could be going to 185. We only got a small gap right here, but it's not a big gap, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, if it was like a $6 gap, that would be a little different. Okay, but it's not that big of a deal. So Google should be looking pretty strong. So it could be going to the upside for sure. We're gonna see what happens this week with Google, but yeah. All right, nah. Hey, my bad, y'all. My bad on the screen sharing, right? Yeah. Did y'all see the NOC chart? Let me show y'all again real quick. If y'all didn't see the NOC chart, right? Look at this. So I went to NOC, peep game, NOC. Okay. Look at this. Look at this right here. So this is Northrop Grumman, right? Where he said he work at. It's right here. We got a gap from 495 all the way up to 524. Okay? So that's $30 right there. We came up. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we came up, rejected. We could bounce from here and go to the upside or whatever, but we got a whole gap to fill. So this would be a nice swing. All right, so yeah. But yeah, y'all. But yeah. So we got a lot of opportunities this week in the market. Okay? We got a lot of opportunities in the market. All right? So I want you guys to be solid this week. All right? I want you guys to have risk management. I want y'all to be solid, okay? Don't be anxious, don't be scared, but don't be greedy, okay? Do not be greedy, okay? Do not be greedy. If y'all watching this, be sure to like this video, okay? Before we get off this live, we got to get this video to 50 likes, all right? So be sure to like this video right here, all right? We talked about Dollar General, all right? Dollar General is going to be a banger, whatever direction, okay? Dollar General is going to be a banger. So make sure y'all seize that opportunity, all right? Robinhood, okay? Robinhood is another one. It's going to do what it do. It's going to come up or it's going to come down, but we going to make money with Robinhood. And then it's so many other setups that I'm seeing. So what I will say is, and I mean this with all sincerity, man, be sure to be in the Discord tomorrow morning, all right? Because we live trade every day, and you can get a 7-day free trial, all right? I break down. I give videos every single day. If you new to my channel, is anybody new to my channel right now? If you're new and you just subscribed within the last like 3 to 5 days, put it in the comments. All right. If you're new and you subscribe within the last week, put it in the comments. Okay? Because I want you guys to understand that this is a big one. This is a big one. I really, really, really want you guys to understand that trading is so much deeper than just trading. Okay? You come to trading to make money and then you end up becoming a different person. Right? So yeah. You definitely gonna get sauced up. DT said, can you explain expense ratio? I may do a video on that, DT. I'm not gonna go into all of that right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into all of that right now. So yeah. But I really want you guys to understand that you really can change your life with this option stuff. It is about becoming a better individual. It's about understanding your own personal psychology. It's about bettering yourself inside and out, okay? And it's also about learning how to fish, right? My job is to help you evolve, right? And I took that on. Um, Pam said, just heard that coin is being merged to the S&P. What's your opinion? I don't really have an opinion. If it goes into the S&P, cool. If not, cool. I haven't traded coin since I probably traded them like a couple months ago, but I haven't really been trading them. I think that currently, right now, at their price point, like let's just say you were looking to buy shares of coin. I wouldn't buy shares of coin right now, honestly, at the price that they're at. A price point that I would buy coin at is around like under $200 is where I would buy Coinbase if I was gonna buy shares, right? But I'm not I'm not really I don't have too much of an opinion about Coinbase, honestly. But if they get in the S&P, cool. Like kudos to them and shout out to them. But yeah, that's what I would say about Coinbase. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all. All right. So I gotta go. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, Best Beezy. All right. But yeah, y'all. I just want y'all to I want to help people, right? Make some money in the stock market, change their life in the stock market. So make sure you join us in the Discord. Make sure you study. Make sure you do your due diligence. And yeah, we're gonna see everybody tomorrow. It's gonna be a great week. Make sure you tap in every day to these free videos. I give out so much sauce. You really could come to the YouTube and really grow your skill set, right? So be sure to tap in and be sure to lock in, and we're gonna get you where you want to go. All right. I always say you can get rich over time, not overnight. All right. Nobody gets rich overnight, but you do get rich over time. You feel what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get rich overnight, but over time you definitely can get rich and you can grow your bankroll. So make sure you keep that in mind, y'all. All right. Stop trying to hit a home run every day. Stop trying to hit a home run every trade. All right. Step by step, step by step, step by step. All right. Just keep going incrementally. You'll get farther when you focus on doing things incrementally than if you're just trying to get a big home run right now. I had to learn that the hard way. Okay. Keep that in mind. All right. So with that being said, y'all, like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head, go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. Now also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Make sure you study. Make sure you get in them books. All right. I appreciate that, William. So yeah, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great evening. And happy trading this week. If I don't see you, if I don't talk to you, happy trading. And let's kill it in the market this week. Let's spank the market like it owed us something. And let's make sure that we get the money that is ours and nobody else's. All right. I'm going to see y'all on tomorrow's video. Peace.